Welcome back to the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Caden Aguiar, joined by my co-hosts, Byron and Mike. Say hi, guys.
What's going on, everyone?
Hey, what's up?
Giving you your local Daytona State sports news, as well as NFL, NBA, college basketball, and college football news. And we have a few topics to get in here today. We're going to start off with around the NFL. Jackson Dart is finally starting for the Giants. Russell Wilson looked bad last week, so I'm not surprised that they finally made this move. We saw flashes of him in the preseason. He looked good. Byron, do you think he's going to be the answer for this offense going forward?
Nah, man, it's going to be Jameis Winston. I got him starting.
So they already released that Jackson.
That. I meant like later in the season, he will be the starter.
You think Jackson Dart's going to play that bad to where Jackson Dart's going to be taken out and Jameis Winston's going to go in?
Yeah, I do, bro. Jameis Winston, seasoned, good QB.
I don't know. Mike, what do you think?
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Byron, and say that Jackson Dart will start the rest of the season, I feel like. I feel Jameis Winston is too inconsistent with his playing good skills, so he will go out there and throw a lot of yards, but he'll also go out there and throw you 3 picks and lose the game.
I go back to that 30-30 season with the Bucks. I watched every single game of that.
You want to bring up the 5,000-yard season?
That 5,000-yard season was his 30-30 season.
Yeah.
He looked bad,
He was
man.
a dog.
He was not a dog. At 30 picks?
Okay. It sounds bad. His eyes were his issue.
They went 5-11. Eye
surgery, man.
They went 5-11, man. I don't know. I don't see it. I think Jackson Dart has all the physical tools to be successful. And, Jackson Dart seems like the clear, obvious starter for me. But next up, guys, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, released by the Texans. That's a shocking move. He ended up being released because he wanted more blitz packages. He was a cancer in the locker room. And my question is, why was he not traded to a contending team that needs a safety like a Packers or a reunion with the Saints or the Lions? It just felt like he was released out of the blue. Does anybody want him? What do you think about this, Byron?
I mean, there's a couple of teams that I could definitely see him going to. One of those being the Cowboys. They just lost Mika. They need more defense. But my main question is, was he the issue in the locker room, or was he being instigated to cause issues? Because he's very good.
What do you think, Mike?
And I don't remember hearing about any of this in any of his other teams.
What do you think, Mike?
I'm going to have to agree with that because I feel like there might not be the full story out to the media yet on why he's a cancer in the locker room or why he isn't playing as good as he should. Well, but I feel like he should be on a contender team still.
Well, I see that side of things. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson's very good. I think he could compete for a contending team, like you guys mentioned, but he's a cancer in the locker room. I remember him playing Baker Mayfield. Him and CJ always get into it, and those are two trash talkers, trash talking to their finest. I mean, I don't know.
But what's that got to do with the locker room?
He's probably a selfish guy. He wanted more blitz packages. That speaks volume there.
But have you seen the Texans' defense?
I mean, they don't look bad. I think they look good.
I think they could be much better with some better defense.
I think they look all right.
I think they look good, man. I think they look good. They only held the Jags to 17 points. I think it's the offense that's the issue for the Texans, me personally.
I can see that. I mean, look at Nico Collins. He's not doing good this season.
Yeah, Nico Collins does not look good this season.
But C.J. Stroud is also not doing that good this season.
He's not. And then when you have an injured Joe Mixon, you have Nick Chubb in. It's not a good situation there.
2 injury-prone running backs.
Exactly, 100%. So let's talk about Derrick Henry. He has a fumble problem. This is unlike him, but I think I'm starting to figure out why he has this issue now. Since entering the league, he has been hard to tackle, especially late in games. This year, teams are taking a different approach, and they say, well, if we can't tackle him, let's punch the ball out. He's averaging a fumble per game, and this is something similar that Tiki Barber had to go through when he played for the Giants. Had to change the way he took care of the ball in games and from his fumbling issues. So, Byron, do you think that Derrick Henry, a Heisman winner and a 2,000-yard rusher, can fix his technique and end up being that elite running back that we always see and know?
I mean, is this really even a question? Of course you can. I mean, he's won Heismans. He's a great running back, Hall of Fame running back. I mean, anyone can figure this out. I think if anyone can, it's going to be him.
Mike?
I feel like he definitely can turn it around, but if he doesn't, I feel that superstar category that is put on him will slowly fade away. Even though he is an all-time great already, he needs to fix it now.
He's old, okay?
Well,
these issues do arise, but I still think he has some years left in him.
Secondary question here. Do we think that age is affecting Derrick Henry's gameplay?
I do.
I don't at all, because if you look at last year, he had 3 fumbles over the whole season, and he had a breakout season over 2,000 yards.
I don't know. I think I think we're seeing it similar with Mike Evans right now, and same with Julio Jones. I know those are receivers, but once they fall off, they fall off. It's like a cliff, and it's just straight down. It doesn't. It's not a slight decline. It's a hard fall off. I don't think Derrick Henry's going to fall victim to that, but he needs to play better. He has costed this Ravens team 2 games in my eyes, and he really needs to get it figured out.
Okay, but you can't blame it all on him when you have the worst-ranked defense he's playing with.
You're right about that, and we'll get into that later about how bad this defense is playing. You know, on paper, we look at the Ravens defense; they look so good on paper. Jair Alexander, Marlon Humphrey, that's a cornerback tandem that you guys don't want to mess with. But we'll get into it later about the Ravens defense. But anyways, Marvin Harrison, he is struggling to catch the football right now. We can visibly see it. It's destroying his confidence. He's not getting the targets he once was getting in Ohio State. I personally think that he should get more targets. He's a dynamic receiver that if he locks in, can bring this Cardinals squad success going forward. So my question to you guys is, do we think that the son to the Hall of Fame Marvin Harrison is going to figure out this drop issue similar to Derrick Henry's fumble issues and bring an element to this offense that they've been missing? What do you think, Byron?
Oh, I think they will. I think he needs the ball more because they lost their starting running back, James Conner, so now they have a backup in, and Trey Benson is great. I mean, at his time in FSU, he had 1,800 rushing yards. So they do have a good running back. But whenever you have someone dropping the ball, they're going to know that they're going to rush with Trey Benson. So, I mean, like you just said, he has a Hall of Fame wide receiver that he can ask questions about and figure out his mistakes. So I do think he's going to come back. I think he's going to be the wide receiver 1, and he's going to be a dog.
Another question here for Byron. Do we think that Trey McBride is taking away carries? Taking away receptions, from Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, I'd say that. He's a great tight end. I mean, they have 2 dual threats on their team.
Mike?
I'm going to have to agree with both takes. I like Marvin Harrison, and his drops are really bad this year. He does need to fix that, and with him and his daddy being Marvin Harrison, I feel like it'll come to him quite easily.
His daddy?
Oh, yeah. His daddy? Just like Deion Sanders. His daddy.
Oh, well, Shedeur Sanders does not look good.
We know.
Yeah, do we really have to bring that up?
I don't know. I mean, Shedeur Sanders does not impress me at all. I don't know. We could talk about that later, off this podcast episode. Have a debate about Shedeur Sanders. Everybody knows how I feel about him. So, anyways, next segment here. More important pieces on contending teams that are getting injured. We're going to start off with James Conner. We were talking about him earlier. He's out for a season with an ankle injury. He was productive in his last 2 seasons with the Cardinals. Luckily, they have an amazing backup in Trey Benson in my eyes. I think he's a guy that will prove that he can be an electric starting back in this league. Coming out of FSU, like Byron said, had 1,800 rushing yards with 23 touchdowns on 310 attempts. He'll be huge for this Cardinals team going forward. Do we possibly see Trey Benson taking the spot of James Conner in the future, despite him being injured? Byron?
Oh, without a doubt, he's going to take that spot. I mean, he is great. He got drafted 66 overall, so Cardinals do see something in him, and they probably will want him to take that starting spot.
I see. With me, it's like I see Trey Benson. He's a guy that wants to invite contact. I don't know as far as touchdowns go how he will go, but Trey Benson, he's a talented back. I see him really really adding an element to this Cardinals offense and really making this team feel like they didn't even lose James Conner, in my eyes. Mike, do you think that James Conner spot is going to be taken soon?
In that specific room of running backs, I do not fully know. It could be 50-50. I feel Benson could come out and have a banger season, start off hot, but James Conner is a solid running back.
I'm going to tell you right now. I think that if Trey Benson really goes in and starts to show some impact as far as yards per carry, I think he's capable of 1,000 rushing yards this season. I know it's later, we're getting into week 4, but he can really lock in, and his yards per carry will be insane, in my opinion. I think that we can successfully say, as a group, that Trey Benson is he's a very talented running back. He could be an elite running back. So yeah, James Conner's out. Next one, Mike Evans. He's also injured with a hamstring injury. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. I'm a huge Mike Evans advocate. I met the guy personally. He's amazing to watch, but he's starting to slow down tremendously. Like most receivers, I mentioned Julio Jones earlier. It's a fast and hard fall off. Emeka Egbuka, the standout rookie, will take over wide receiver 1 roles, and Chris Godwin is coming back from injury. Sterling Shepard is playing really good football, and the Bucs have the most depth at receiver than any other position. Do you think that the Bucs will lose an element of this offense with Mike Evans being out, Byron?
They will of course lose something, but I think they can gain something that could even be better than Mike Evans. You have Chris Godwin, who's coming back. He's amazing. He had possibility to be one of the best wide receivers if he didn't get injured last year.
Well, I've made this take that Emeka Egbuka is the most talented receiver on the Bucs right now. Despite Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, I think he's great.
He's young and he's, like you said, great.
He's
so
smart,
I can
too.
Definitely understand that take.
He's very smart, too. He called game week 1. He called his own number against the Falcons. And it just proves to see how developed he is already as a rookie. Mike, do you think that Mike Evans is him being missing, does it lose an element of this offense, just like I asked Byron?
Yeah, I feel like it obviously would lose an element, but like Byron said, there could be another outcome with how these wide receivers are playing. These wideouts are playing with all their heart, with Baker Mayfield at QB, getting them the ball perfect. I feel like it could be something great, but I love Mike Evans. I feel like him on the team just solidifies that offense 10 times more. He's
been great for so many years.
That's something that coaches on the other side have to defend against, when he can just dust past anyone and just get a 60-yard touchdown.
Exactly.
That's something deadly.
Mike Evans, active NFL leader in touchdowns. He's been proving why he's great and a first ballot for a while now. Next up, another receiver hurt that's on a contending team, CeeDee Lamb, is also going to be out with an ankle injury for 4 to 6 weeks. Sad to see this because he was playing good football before this. George Pickens has to step up in this offense now. Kind of similar to the Emeka Egbuka situation. Do we think that George Pickens is really going to step up and fill in the roles of a CeeDee Lamb here? Byron?
No. I am praying for the Cowboys because I have them. They're screwed right now. I can't lie.
I think CD being out will cause a big issue because, George Pickens is a great wide receiver, but I feel if he doesn't have someone out there with him, 1, to control him, and 2, to deter all the great cornerbacks against him, then there won't be much.
And I just want to add something. One thing I will say is that the Cowboys have a dog running back right now that could possibly carry them, Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams is playing great football. That's a good point there. Javonte Williams is playing outstanding football, probably the best football of his career. He's really adding an element to this rushing attack for the Dallas Cowboys. Good that you brought that up, man. Good that you brought that up. It was a special teams weekend in these games. Eagles versus Rams had a blocked field goal by the Eagles to seal the game for them. Big Jordan Davis, 336 pounds, ran the ball back, 61 yards for the win. Jets versus Bucks. Will McDonald also blocked a field goal for a touchdown late in the fourth. to put the Jets in position to win the game. Later in the game, Chase McLaughlin for the Bucs hit a game-winning field goal from 36 yards to put the Bucs up with no time remaining, 29-27. The Cleveland Browns, in a shocking game, blocked a field goal late to set them up for Andre Schmidt for a game-winning field goal against the Packers from 55 yards to put them up 13-10 over the Packers. Like I said, in a shocking game, the Packers were a team to beat. Eddie Pinheiro also with a walk-off field goal for the 49ers as they beat the Cardinals 15-16. And the last game-winning field goal was from the Chargers as they beat the Broncos 23-20 to stay undefeated. It was a weird week in football, to say the least, as so many games came down to special teams plays. So some games to talk about here. Dolphins versus Bills. Dolphins played a solid game in my eyes despite the loss. Stuck with a stacked, they played a stacked Bills team that were Super Bowl contenders. They were 2 mistakes away from winning this football game. The Tua interception late and the roughing the punter penalty that led to a Bills touchdown drive to take the lead. I don't think the Dolphins played bad at all, but I still believe that it is time to split this team up. Like I said before, why be mediocre when you can get value out of a guy like Tyreek Hill and plan for a team in the future? Bills win 31-21. I just want to ask, Byron, do you think that the Dolphins should shop Tyreek Hill, possibly Tua Tagovailoa, and restart this team?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think so. Or you could take the other approach and get rid of Mike McDonald, because he has not been doing good. Sorry, Mike McDaniels.
He's definitely on the coaching hot seat for sure.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, he hasn't looked good this season. And here's the thing. You have so many weapons like an A-Chain and the Jalen Waddle. Where are they in this element of this offense? I think Devon A-Chain is an electric running back. I think he could be a top 5 running back just based off his electrifying speed and how fast he is. But, Mike, what do you think about the Dolphins right now, current state? What do you think the next step of action is to do? Do you think they fire Mike McDaniel? Do you think they shop Tyreek Hill, maybe possibly to the Chiefs? What do you think here?
I'm going to have to say what Byron said. It could go 2 ways, I feel like. Mike McDaniel, he could either coming off the coach's hot seat, like you said. He's coming out of this season, or coming into this season, not so good. And honestly, I feel like they should trade Tua. He's too much of a liability, and he's not being protected either. So he's just going to keep getting more and more injured, in my opinion.
I do want to state this, and I don't know what your take is on this, but the Dolphins' defense is not helping the offense out at all either. They're giving up a lot of points. They should not have lost. They played 3 decent teams. The Patriots, they should have won that game in my eyes. And then when you play the Bills this week, you compete, and your offense is putting up points, but you don't have the defense to show for it. I know you're playing the Bills, but you got to do better defensively to give your offense a chance to score the football and get up in a football game here.
Yeah, and that was shown in the first drive of the game where the Dolphins came down and scored. A-Chain was running down the field. Tua was diamond with some passes, and that was real good. And I thought the Dolphins were about to turn it around right there, to be honest. But then the script flipped.
They looked good. They looked good in the first quarter, half. They looked very good in the first half of the football game, and then just a steep drop off. I don't know. I don't know what to think about the Dolphins right now. They're a big question mark for me. But Packers versus Browns. You want to know how the Browns won this game? Great defense. I believe that the Browns have the best defense in the league through 3 weeks of play. They shut down a hot Packers offense. They just stuck around the whole game. Not giving up much, but not getting much either. They struck at the right time. Quinshon Judkins stood out for me this game. 18 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Really had an impact on this offense for sure. Browns went off a game-winning field goal, 13-10. And Mike, you're a big Browns fan, so I'm going to let you take it here. Talk to me, man. How do you feel about the Browns taking over probably one of the biggest teams in the league right now?
I will tell you, I was so excited for that. To be honest, I even said this would be the game they win, because that's just such a Cleveland Brown thing to do. And they go out there, they dominate. Their defense dominated the entire time. it was 3-0 mainly the whole game. Then up until the fourth, the Packers scored again. It may have been the late third, but then they scored again, making it 13-10. Or, no, it was 10-0. And then, sorry, I mixed that up.
No, you're good.
10-0. And then we go down with 4 minutes left in the game. We are on a 4th and goal, and we give up the ball. The Browns defense once again comes in clutch with Grant Delpit getting a pick and returning it for at least 30 yards. Then they get on the 5-yard line, and like you said, Quinshaw Judkins scores that touchdown. That seals it.
Hold that thought there. I saw this on TikTok the other day. I had to ask. Do you think that Quinshaw Judkins is going to be the next coming of Nick Chubb?
I was honestly looking at his running, and they run the same, if I'm going to be honest. They have that little short, just mean run straight
I know what you're
into
talking
the ground.
about. Trey Benson has it too.
Yeah.
If you watch Trey Benson at FSU, he ran, it's short strides. And Quinshaw Judkins is a fantastic running back. I remember he was going through that rookie deal chaos. Yeah. Glad that the Browns signed him, man. He looks great.
Yeah. And great thing is, it's not great, but he didn't play preseason once, or any preseason game, and his first practice was middle of week 2, late week 3.
I just want to state here, I'm in love with this Browns offense. I know they're mediocre, but I see potential in a Harold Fannin, a Quinshaw Judkins, and an Isaiah Bond. I look at them and I say, give them a few years to develop. They'll be great. What do you think of as far as the other pieces of young talent on this Browns offense? What do you think?
I see tons of talent. There's also guys that are second and third years. Cedric Tillman, great wide receiver, had his breakout year last year. Got 2 touchdowns against the Ravens defense and won us that game last year. So I feel like that's really good. And like you mentioned, Harold Fannin Jr., I feel like that's a big star coming up in the future. He's at tight end, and he does run fullback.
I didn't even know.
Perfect.
I didn't even know where he came out of.
He went to Bowling Green.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Harold Fannin. He struck me week 1. I looked at him, and I said, Harold Fannin, he looks great. And I think that he'll overtake. I think they should start doing a double tight end look a lot with Njoku and Harold Fannin. I think that will look great, especially under Joe Flacco playing. That would look great. Falcons versus Panthers. Penix had a bad game. That Panthers defense stood out to me through and through. Nothing was going on for the Falcons offensively. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, this rushing attack with 110 yards and 2 touchdowns was great. If the Panthers put it together offensively like they did this game, they could easily be the second best team in the NFC South. Byron, what do you think about that? Do you think that the Panthers could be the second best team in the NFC South?
Oh, I definitely think so, especially with that new rookie, McMillan. He's been looking deadly, so I got to agree with you there.
Is he injured?
I think he has a small back injury, but he's back to practice now.
He was limited at practice as of today, I'm pretty sure.
I know we were talking about it right before this podcast.
Just looked on Safari, and they said about 60 minutes ago he was limited.
Okay. Well, I think he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'll be fine. But anyways.
Even if he misses a game, he will still be a dog.
Right. The Panthers win 30-0. Also just wanted to mention for the Falcons, they should have kept Young Wei Koo. The kicker is missing now. The new one is missing now. I forgot what his name was. Parker Romo. I think that's his name. Tony Romo. One bad game for Koo, and he was out of there. I don't understand why they did that, why that move was taking place, but
I think they just chose too quickly.
He also got signed to the practice squad. He's not even on the team.
Romo? Well, Romo got lifted.
Sorry, Young Ho Koo.
To the Giants, correct?
Yeah, and he's on the practice squad, which I really don't get that.
I don't know how he's fallen this far.
I think Young Wei Koo is better than Graham Gano by far.
I would agree with that, but Graham Gano is...
He is a banger.
He's a Florida State Seminole.
He is a banger. He is a Florida State Seminole, yeah. Yeah, he is. Bengals versus Vikings here. Jake Browning might not be the answer for the Bengals. I just want to, before I deep dive into this game here, what do you guys think? Do you guys think they need a QB who can win them games?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. What's up with you and Jameis Winston? Then?
Bro, Heisman winning QB from my favorite school, FSU. He could absolutely sling that ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Mike?
I heard someone say Kirk Cousins could come in, and Jake Browning is not that guy. I don't like him.
So hold that thought.
QB.
Hold that thought. If you guys go and trade for a Kirk Cousins, if they go and trade for a Kirk Cousins, right? Say they do that. It would be too much to give up for a rental for 3 months, in my opinion. I think he's great, and I think Kirk Cousins would love to have a guy like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. But when you look at it, and I see it as you're only going to have him for 3 months, and then Joe Burrow is going to come back. If they can compete till the playoffs, I think Joe Burrow will be back during that time. So I don't know if Kirk Cousins is really the move there. Why do you think that Kirk Cousins is the move?
I feel he could just come in after getting benched in Atlanta for Michael Penix. I feel like he could just come in and at least substitute for Jake Browning, because it's going to be ugly in the next few weeks.
They don't need someone to absolutely have blowout wins. They need someone that can barely win it and just keep them coasting.
I just want to say this. Kirk Cousins did go in for Michael Penix late in that football game. Raheem Morris just came out and said that it was just one bad game. But I don't know. I look at it and I say, if he has another dud game like that one, you don't trust a young quarterback like that. Raheem Morris is playing for a championship. He obviously made moves in the offseason to get and acquire these young draft picks and edge rushers like a James Pierce. They want to go for it all. And for them to be like this, it's not a good scenario. But anyways, back to the Bengals. They need a QB who can win them games. We talked about who are some QBs that can make this team competitive. We talked about Kirk Cousins, Jameis Winston. I don't know. I like Jake Browning. I think he's talented. But if he has this issue of not getting in the end zone and turning over this football, we could see a change midseason at quarterback for the Bengals. Let's talk about the Vikings, though. They had their most dominant game of the season with Carson Wentz. Let me tip my hat to him because he played very well, ran the offense like it should. He played better than McCarthy has played. Jordan Mason was that guy that stood out to me this game. 116 yards for 2 touchdowns on 16 carries for Jordan Mason. Played phenomenal. Really put in the work for this Viking squad. Vikings blow out the Bengals 48-10. So, another question, Byron. Do you think that, say McCarthy comes back and Carson Wentz is really slinging that rock, do we think that Jaden McCarthy, they say, back off, man. Let Carson Wentz cook here. Well, what do you think?
I definitely think so. I mean, Carson Wentz is a dog. He led the Eagles to a Super Bowl. I definitely think so. I mean, you don't just have a Super Bowl QB and bench him for a young QB.
I'm going to have to agree with that because, Carson Wentz has experience. He is, like Byron said, he's been to the Super Bowl. He's been in playoff games. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to throw the ball. He knows how to get
I want to make note. Carson Wentz made it to the Super Bowl. He did not play in that Super Bowl.
That is true.
Nick Foles did.
That is true.
Nick Foles did. So, I look at, vintage Carson Wentz, and then I look at this game and I say, wow, he looked amazing. One guy I do want to talk about in the Vikings. He had the highest PFF grade ever in a football game, Isaiah Rodgers. He had a scoop and score touchdown off of a fumble, and he also had a pick six. Do you guys think that Isaiah Rodgers will emerge to become one of the top cornerbacks in the league, or do you guys just think it was just one game wonder here?
I feel like he can become a big cornerback in the game because, that fumble return for a touchdown and pick six were in the first half, which makes history. That's never been done before. he's developing as well. So he's going to keep developing. So I feel like he could actually learn off of, like, on the Vikings too. They have Harrison Smith. They have good DBs, and I feel like they have a pretty decent defense to where they could teach Isaiah Rodgers.
By the way, Harrison Smith really opens up this defense. You saw it in the game. Harrison Smith really played well the entire football game, and really opens up, like I said, opens up this Vikings defense to success. Byron, what do you think about the state of the Vikings right now? Do you think that they can compete with a Carson Wentz right now? Do you think J.J. McCarthy should go back in? What are your thoughts here?
I'd say stick with Carson Wentz, man. Especially with Jordan Mason running that ball straight down. He's been playing like a dog lately. And I think they just needed a new QB to kind of show them the way.
Here's my problem here. When I look at that type of move, where you look at this rookie quarterback that you spent a top 15 pick on, and you play him for 2 games, and you're like, okay, sit back down. That rubs me the wrong way. Not that I don't think that Carson Wentz is playing better than McCarthy, but you can really hurt a quarterback's confidence with a move like that. So, I don't know. I don't know what they do here. I think if Carson Wentz really dominates next game like he did this game, we could see Carson Wentz potentially be the starter for the Vikings moving forward. But I think J.J. McCarthy will go back in for the Vikings. Not because he's playing better, but because he is the rookie. He is the guy that has to be in for that squad. And, just J.J. McCarthy, he has to figure things out. And I think that Kevin O'Connell is going to let that happen.
Look, my thing is, if the Vikings plan on keeping him and plan on having him as a franchise QB, then you put him in and let him develop inside of those games. But if they plan on trading him or doing something with him just to get rid of him, then you keep Carson Wentz in.
Mike, do you have any thoughts on this?
I like J.J. McCarthy, but I don't know how promising he can be in the future with these first few games.
We saw a flash of him, late in the fourth quarter during that Bears game. That's a game that you should handle well, but it seems like J.J. McCarthy is just struggling to put anything together offensively. I don't know. I mean, you got an elite receiver in Justin Jefferson. I don't know what else could the Vikings give you.
They're kind of in a knot right now, I'd say.
Say that one more time.
They're kind of in a knot right now. You can't really.
I don't know what to think about this Vikings here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy needs to give the ball to Justin Jefferson. That's my opinion. If you want him to keep on playing,
just say like
start slinging that ball to him.
Just say like screw it. Justin Jefferson's down there somewhere.
Exactly.
Right.
He's been off though.
Kirk Cousins kind of did the same thing. Just slinged it right down there, and he caught the ball. That's just what you gotta do.
Bucks versus Jets. Baker's clutch, man. You guys can add your comments in. I think Baker is amazing.
I love Baker Mayfield.
What a comeback.
This
dude was not playing well in the beginning of his career and just came in and destroys.
3 game-winning drives in 3 straight games for them. They're undefeated right now. He is taking care of the ball well and makes the throws when needed to win the game. Emeka Egbuka looks fantastic through 3 weeks of football, as well as Sterling Shepard. Those two are going to have to be a driving force of the Bucs going forward, as Mike Evans is out to 3 to 4 weeks with the hamstring injury. Like we said before, the Jets did come all the way back from down 20-6 to contend and win the game, but let Baker bake. Bucs win on a game-winning field goal, 27-29. Question: do we think that Baker Mayfield is going to be a MVP candidate right now?
I think so. I think he 100% will be, because if you look at his story in the NFL, coming from the Browns, he gets traded. Well, yeah, he gets traded to
By the
Carolina.
way, just real quick, did you see that Baker Mayfield in his report, the Jets defensive coordinator was the Carolina's defensive coordinator, and he cut him.
Mm-hmm.
So Baker was trying to get his revenge there. He's a scrappy guy. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, so coming from the Browns getting traded to the Panthers did not even trade him. They cut him, which that can ruin a career instantly. Then the Rams pick him up. He has a great game. Then where does he go? Lands on the Bucs. So I found that pretty cool. that he actually found a way in to the real system, and he found a place he's welcome, he found a place he likes, and he can actually play.
Eagles versus Rams. What a game this was. Two fantastic teams dueling to stay undefeated. First off, Puka Nacua is looking the best since entering the league. He had 11 receptions for 112 yards. Connor Williams also looked very good with the Rams, with 94 yards on 20 carries. The Rams were in control of this game for the most part up until about midway through the fourth quarter. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts finally connect for 6 receptions for 109 yards and a touchdown. The player that stood out to me the most this game was Jordan Davis. Now, I know he had that blocked touchdown, but we have to take into account he was catching up with Matthew Stafford on scrambles, which is insane at how big he is at 336 pounds, making this mark on this Eagles defense. So I want you guys, I want to ask you guys this. Do you think that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now, Byron?
I mean, okay, I'm a hater of the tush push, so I want that banned. So my question is, how would they be without the easy first downs? Because they get put into a lot of situations where they have to use that, and without it, who knows how their games would look. But I will say, their offense is deadly.
They're a
Everything about them is deadly.
talented group, to say the least. I think without the tush push, they'd still be good. Not as good as they are right now, but they would still be good for sure. Mike, what's your take? Do you think that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now?
They're pretty close, I would say. They're having good games, good comeback. Obviously, we just saw against the Rams. But there's other big dogs in the NFC. You got the Lions coming off hot with the Ravens. That's just big to me. I feel like they're gonna have another breakout season, but not choke to the Commanders.
The Packers. Packers.
I don't. After that Browns game,
That's just a bad game.
I don't know though.
Both teams showed a lot of potential.
Do you look at the Packers different after that game, or do you look at the Browns different?
I think you look at the Browns because their defense was insane.
Okay, I can agree with that. I 100% agree.
But with the Browns, they can stay in any single game now because that defense is so elite. It doesn't matter what the offense looks like. They will always stay and compete in these games. So I look at a team like the Eagles and I say they could be the best team in the NFC, but I think the Rams are still really good. I think they're really good. I also take into account, like, obviously the Lions are good. We need to talk about the Bucs, though. The Bucs are undefeated right now. Do you guys think that the Bucs could be the best team in the NFC?
Ooh.
I think so, but they need to, one, get their early game defense up, and two, Baker is that guy, but they can't pin it on him to win every single game-winning drive, you know?
They have to definitively win a game and, with the Jets game, just beat them. Fair and square, like, no game-winning drives whatsoever. It just feels like they come close and they give these Bucs fans so much pressure the whole game. They let teams stick around and then they put it away at the end. Oh, we're good.
And one guy I want to talk about on the Bucs is Bucky Irving. I feel like he's kind of not producing as much as he should be for such a good team. I mean, he is known for just being right through people, just dash and get easy yards.
Teams are starting to game plan against him for sure. I could see that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I like Rachaad White right now.
Really?
He's playing really good. I've been watching Rachaad White. PFF grade week 2 was the highest graded running back last week.
That week 2 game by Rachaad White was amazing too.
It was really good on Monday Night Football.
First downs, he was getting, even on a play you were bound to get 2 yards, he would make it 5 yards.
Yeah.
I think they need to have kind of like a Detroit Lions build where they let both of them produce for the team.
The Lions and the Bucs are very similar to me. Mm-hmm. Just how they're built, and just how their roster is built. Like, they have great receivers, great running backs. They have a great offense, and their defense is just, it's all right. It's okay. They can win you a game. But Anyways, back to the Eagles. I look at this Eagles roster and I say I think they're possibly the best NFC team right now. I think the NFC. There's a lot more question marks in the NFC than the AFC right now.
It's looking strong.
The NFC is looking very strong. Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in the NFC right now. Definitely, for sure. Bears versus Cowboys. Vintage Caleb Williams game here. He couldn't do anything wrong in this game. 19 for 28 for 298 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Luther Burden looked great. 3 receptions for 101 yards and a touchdown. Had that flea flicker TD as well. Roma Odunze staying consistent with 3 receptions for 62 yards and a touchdown. Cowboys lost this game early. The Bears came swinging early, and it caught the Cowboys off guard. Bears win 31-14. Do we think we'll see the Bears start to develop and become a loaded offense like Ben Johnson thought it would be?
I definitely think so. Roma Odunze, he's kind of shocking me this year. I did not expect the production that he's getting. And Caleb Williams, we may not care about fantasy football, but I'm someone who's very into it. He's the number 2 QB right now. And, last game, no interceptions, just pure ball game.
Mike?
I don't know how I feel about Caleb because of his past season and what's been going on in the passing game. But that game looked real good for him. Getting AFC Player of the Week and just dominating the whole game. Like you said, they came out swinging first minute, and hopefully that keeps working. Like you said, Ben Johnson will dream of that.
Yeah, I said earlier that Caleb Williams has all the physical tools and the talent to be successful in this league. He just has to put it together in his head, man. How does he play from head to shoulder? Can he make the right decisions in the crunch time? And today, or on Sunday, he looked great. So we'll see if he can continue this and get to that elite quarterback status. But other notable games include the Chargers. They hang on for the win against the Broncos to stay undefeated. The Seahawks dog-walked the Saints 44-13. The 49ers stay undefeated with game-winning field goal against the Cardinals to be first in the division. The Colts stay hot with a dominant win against the Titans 41-20. Jonathan Taylor looking very good with 17 carries for 102 yards and 3 touchdowns. Steelers win away game against the Patriots 21-14. Jags win a nail-biter game with the Texans 17-10. Commanders, despite Jane Daniels being out, take care of business at home 41-24. And the Chiefs put it together late to beat the Giants 22-29. Tyquan Thornton giving a deep threat element to this offense, kind of like a Tyreek Hill in my opinion. And then, I got a special, this is the special game. Lions versus Ravens. I could sit here and talk about this game for 30 plus minutes. This game was insane. 2 great teams that are Super Bowl contenders. Lions rushing attack really boosted this offense. 224 rushing yards for 4 touchdowns. This Ravens defense does not look good, which is unlike them. Through 3 weeks, they have the most points scored against them. They have the 2nd worst rush defense and the 3rd worst passing defense coming into this season. The Ravens defense was supposed to be on paper amazing, but you never know until the game is played. Derrick Henry's fumble really helped the Lions win this football game. Lions win 38-30. So, Byron, do you think that the Ravens will put together this defense and be elite as we see on paper from them?
It's very questionable. I don't think you can really fix a defense that is playing this bad in just one season. They are the worst defense on paper right now. Passing ranks number 31, rushing 30, scoring 31, red zone 28, and third down 24. I don't see how you can really be a Super Bowl contender. Great offense can win you games, but to win a Super Bowl, you have to have both.
Mike?
I think I'm going to agree with Byron. I think it's hard to not reassemble, but put a team back together to where they play like their old selves. Like they have straight dogs. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, and that's just 2 of them. So it's like,
and they looked good last year.
Yeah,
is my problem.
They looked amazing.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with this Ravens squad. They look like on paper they look fantastic. You have Marlon Humphrey, Jair Alexander, Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, Justin Madubuike. These are playmakers, and this Ravens defense cannot put it together for 4 quarters on defense. And really, Lamar and the offense is getting the short end of the stick here. I know Derrick Henry's fumbling, but even look at a guy like D-Hop who was reviving his career in the Ravens uniform. The offense is not the problem. They're playing well. So if this defense can somehow just be okay and hold these teams to a few stops per game, that'll be huge for the Ravens. They can make it to the Super Bowl if that happens because their offense is so dominant. So now we're going to get into our Gamers of the Week here. And first up, I talked about him earlier, Isaiah Rodgers. He had a sack, a pass deflection, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown, and a pick 6 for a touchdown. That's definitely my Gamer of the Week there. Trey Tucker looked good as well. 8 receptions for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. Puka Nacua, 11 receptions for 112 yards. Caleb Williams, 19 for 28, 298 yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries for 102 yards and 3 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, finally looking good. 6 receptions for 109 yards and a touchdown. Byron and Mike, do you guys have any gamers that I missed or that you want to include here?
I had to go with Fred Warner. He had 11 tackles, 5 of those being solo, and 6 of them assisted. And one of these tackles also forced a fumble, and he also defended 2 passes. I feel like that's a great performance, and he's just kind of known for producing this.
Mike?
I wouldn't say I have really any different players from Gamers of the Week, but I would add maybe, not stats-wise, but Emeka Ibuka was carrying the team in the end.
He was impactful.
Yeah, he was very impactful towards the Bucs. And
I thought you were going to say Quinshon Judkins. Literally.
I would say Quinshon, but
he had 94 yards in the end of the day.
Not that I don't trust him. I don't know how I trust the Browns O-line.
He looked good though. He looked good. I don't know. Maybe he's a Gamer of the Week in my eyes. But, we look at a guy like Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries, 102 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Just can't compare.
Yeah, you can't compare that.
I had him on mine as well.
You can't compare that. Next segment here. College football now. Some chaos going on in the top 25. Byron is going to go for this one. What do you got to say, Byron?
All right, to begin with, we got to talk about Oklahoma. They just lost their starting QB, but they still climbed to number 7 after beating Auburn 17-24 in a close fourth quarter win. Do they deserve to outrank FSU and all those other teams below them after losing their QB? I mean, this is kind of reminding me of FSU's 2023 season. What do you think, Mike?
I think at first they deserved it, but then is it John Mater? That John Mater
Heisman contender?
Yep,
John Mateer. John Mateer.
Yeah. After seeing that injury, I feel like they shouldn't have jumped ahead. But Oklahoma is a really good team this year.
Definitely understand that.
I think that when we look at John Mateer being out now, next man up, but is Oklahoma going to be as dominant as they have been through 3 weeks of football? That's your Heisman winner right there, and John Mateer through 3 weeks of football. 4 weeks?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
4 weeks? 4 weeks of football. That's your Heisman winner in my eyes, and now it's just wide open to who's going to win Heisman, and we'll get into that later.
Did you say he's the Heisman winner?
As
of right now?
As of right now, I think he's the Heisman winner.
I got to strongly disagree with that.
What do you think? Well, actually, we'll get into that later.
Okay.
We'll get into that later. Keep going.
And then after that, we have Miami climbs to number 2 after beating Florida by 19. And my question to you guys is, should Billy be gone by now? I mean, he had the opportunity to not only get an offensive coordinator, kind of like Mike Norvell did, to start calling plays. And we all see how that panned out for Mike Norvell. His team is doing great. And Billy, who said, I'm going to keep on calling plays, is struggling.
I completely agree. I think Billy has to either step it up or get out. I think they're going to... Honestly, I think they could fire him. Like Byron said, we talked about it before the podcast. There's really no QB development right now. We don't see that. And
Lagway looks bad.
Yeah,
Lagway
looks
bad. He's in a boot too. He's in a boot.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
man.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be out. So DJ Lagway there, I don't know. Billy Napier should be gone.
Yeah.
I think they're going to let him finish out the season, but I think he should be gone, specifically after this season. Bring in a guy like John Gruden, in my eyes. I think he would look great in a Gators hat, me personally. He wants to go coach a powerhouse SEC school, so it could very well happen. And that could culture change the Gators to really elevate them and make them a national championship contender like we thought was going to happen this season. But anyways, keep going.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like to see whenever all Florida teams are good, and this could have been that year. I mean, Miami's number 2, FSU, I think, number 8 right now. And if Florida was good, that'd be amazing. I love to see the big-time rivalries happen, but, I mean, it's looking like Billy's going to lose all 3 because he also lost to USF. So the next thing I want to bring up is Indiana beating Illinois by over 50. I mean, that's just embarrassing for a ranked team. And my question is, why are they still in the top 25? What have they done? Because there's really no reason. You lose by 53, you should be gone.
Yeah, I think they should stay. I don't really know. It's 50-50.
Oh, you're gonna say they should stay in?
Okay, the rating, the AP poll is all screwed up right now.
Come on, man.
So it could go 50-50. No one really knows.
I don't agree with that. If you lose by 50? 50?
I guess.
50?
I
Dude,
might be taking a crazy.
come on,
over
man.
7 touchdowns, dude. Like,
Yeah.
where's the defense? Where's anything?
Illinois is a fraud. Illinois is a fraud.
Oh,
fraud
yeah.
team. I think they should be out of the top 25. I think USF's better than them. Crazy?
I mean, it'd probably be a close game.
USF.
I don't know. USF got Byron Brown, dude. I don't know. I like USF, and I think Illinois should not be anywhere near the top 25.
So going a little bit off topic here, how do you guys think the AP poll should be structured
As far as
rankings? Because, I mean, for me,
ooh.
next topic here, why is Notre Dame still ranked? Like, they're kind of bringing in
They played-
last season's
Byron,
production.
They played 2 really good teams, dude.
I know, but to become a national championship, you have to win those games against really good teams.
They only lost by 3 to Texas A&M. But
Well,
Marcel Reed is also
this is another thing.
really
And they-
good.
In their losses, they lost a combined total of 4 points. So that is a topic you could bring up for why they should still be ranked. But for me, losses matter no matter how close it was. You could be, if you're 0-12 but have a combined loss of 12.
They played Miami, bro.
Yes, but to be a ranked team, you have to win those. For me, if you're losing all those close games, it doesn't matter how good you are. You're not
See,
going to get it to the playoffs.
Here's what I think here. I think that part of why Notre Dame's in the top 25 right now is because they made it to a national championship last year.
And that's my topic about AP poll. Should that still be in effect? Should they still have that extra ranking because of last season?
I don't know.
Or should it be rank by rank?
What do you think,
week
Mike?
by-
What do you
by
think?
week?
I think it's week by week they should do the AP polls,
That's what I'm saying on.
and it is a little messed up right now with a bunch of jumps coming into the top 10.
Well,
but
I will say this. Let's wait until the first college football AP poll comes out. And then we'll get, people will start getting heated.
that is true.
Because there's
I
going to
get
be
that.
teams that are in and teams that are out, and it's going to be a whole outrage. So right now, we're only seeing the beginning here of college football AP polls and how rigged they are. But I don't know. I mean, I just think that Notre Dame should still be ranked.
I mean, every year you're going to have the arguments about how it should be. And, I mean, for me, at this point with how college football has been, let's make it like March Madness. Top 25 teams play to the national championship.
No.
I mean, I get injuries and stuff like
No.
that, but, I mean,
Nope.
12 team and people are
Nope.
still arguing about it.
Nope. Mike, what do you think about that, man?
that's just dumb.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
I think it should just stay normal.
Football is a physical sport.
I know.
25.
25?
25.
You're telling me they're going to play 5 games?
All I'm saying is
I think.
we got to find some way to make people happy with it because
Well,
I
okay.
agree 14 playoff was too small.
All right.
But now people are arguing.
And here's
that
what I'll
12
say
teams
here.
is bad.
Here's what I'll say here. So you expand it to 25, right?
Yeah.
What about the 26 and 27 teams? They're going to do the
There's
same
always
thing
gonna
that
be
they're doing right
argument, and
now.
That's what I'm trying to say. We have to, something has to happen here. Everyone's arguing, and I think
I
it's
don't
because of the AP poll structure.
I will say they should do it in the style that college basketball does it, where you play a tournament inside of your conference.
So instead of adding the extra games,
Just play a tournament.
I
think
agree with that.
Yeah, play a tournament. Games to be decided. Last year or a couple years ago was NC State. I don't know if you guys watched that, but NC State made it to March Madness.
Yes, exactly. Crazy teams can come in and win it.
Exactly.
And if you do that with college football,
You can get hot.
You can see that, and I feel like it'd be much more enjoyable.
You can get hot at the right time, at any point.
I mean, you can see Bowling Green with their star tight end who's now on the Browns coming in and winning a national championship out of nowhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I think they should have a tournament-based system, not 25 teams. After the tournaments, then you pick your 12 teams to go play.
That would be so nice to see.
That would be better. That would be way better. Because let's say a team like Clemson starts to pick it up later in the season. They look like the most dominant team in the country. I don't think it'll happen. But let's say they put it together late in the season here. They should have the chance to go and play a Florida State or a Miami again and see if they're better than them.
Yeah.
I think Clemson's dope.
I mean, you do have to have it where if a team's bad enough, they just can't join in. That could also be something.
Well, with college
that
basketball,
takes away the point of having a regular season. If you have it to where
with college basketball, everybody makes a tournament.
Do they? I thought it was you have to be a certain
I think everybody makes a tournament.
Top 64.
No. That's March Madness. I'm talking about conference tournaments.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they do it like that.
Well, it's like, look at Houston last year. No one expected that to happen. Or 2 years ago, was it? In college basketball? And Houston comes in and almost wins the whole thing?
Yeah.
I mean, what was the one team where the guy was just shooting threes like crazy?
It was like a... I know what you're talking about, dude. He played like a couple years ago.
Yeah, he was an absolute beast.
Goki or something?
Yes. And nobody expected that.
Oakland.
Yes.
Yeah, they played great. They played great for those couple games and just fell off, but, All
right, so we got a little off track there.
Yeah.
What do we think about Oregon? Number 6. I mean, they've destroyed everybody.
I think they should be higher.
Dare I say outranks Miami?
Whoa.
I mean...
I don't like Carson Beck, but... He looks good right now, dude.
I gotta give him credit.
Dude, Miami looks great. I don't see a weakness in their team. Oregon is a good team, too. I like Dante Moore, but...
Their offense is, unstoppable. Oklahoma State, Oregon State, they couldn't defend them.
And those are pretty good teams to just go out there and blow out.
Yeah, they're not like FCS. They're big-time teams.
Here's what I'll say here. Oregon, we'll see this weekend when they play Penn State.
Oh, I'm excited.
Exactly that's going to be the game of the week for sure.
Oh, definitely.
That's going to be a huge game to decide. That's going to be huge for the AP poll too to really decide how good are these teams, because there are teams that have played Oregon, and I see Oregon if they beat Penn State, Oregon should be number 1.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Oregon should be number 1 if they beat Penn State.
I know I just kind of talked about it. Now, do you think they should, if Ohio State wins, I know I talked about not bringing it up last year, but should they outrank the national championship who's also undefeated?
What do you mean?
Ohio State won the Natty. They're undefeated right now. They're still number 1. Should they outrank a national championship winning team who's also undefeated?
I think Ohio State... I think right now Ohio State should be number 1, and then we'll look.
You just said that if
Oregon
hear me
beats
out. Penn State
after this weekend, if Oregon beats Penn State, who's Ohio State going to play? Who's Ohio State playing this weekend? I have no idea who it is.
I don't know either, but if they're still undefeated, should they really be outranked?
I think so. Bro, they're beating the number 2 team in the country, dude. If they beat the number 2 team in the country, you don't think it should be?
It's number 3 right now because Miami's number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, still, great point. Ohio State's playing Washington.
I believe...
It's not the greatest team as of right now. I don't know what they're ranked. I mean, I think they might be undefeated. But I think that they should still be number 1.
I don't know.
Is what my argument is.
I believe that...
I like Ohio State at 1, though. Julian Sayin is that guy at a freshman QB.
Is he better? Is he really that good?
I mean, they're undefeated.
I don't know if you saw the first game, but
So they played Texas their first game.
Jeremiah Smith had 2 drops that could have definitely gone for more yards that led into possible 3 or a touchdown even. But once they get that just a little mix-ups and incompletions and fails, like, they'll get it through. Julian Sayin is pretty good.
Talking about Texas, what do you think about Arch Manning?
Garbage.
Whoa. Garbage?
I think he just needs a couple weeks to get used to the new competition, and then he could be someone. But you can't really throw a freshman QB into Ohio State and expect him to ball out. He's oh, no, you're right. Sophomore. But he hasn't had much playing time.
That's true.
And to be thrown in first full game.
Correction. Arch Manning's going into his junior year.
I don't know what he is, bro, but
He's going into his junior
my
year.
bad. Maybe
He's
maybe
going
I'm
into
dumb.
his junior year, and he can't beat a team like Ohio State with the roster that he has.
I don't. Who was the last team they played?
Probably some FCS team. I don't know.
Yeah, an unranked team, and he wants to go and flex on them.
Oh, they played Sam Houston.
Yeah, after beating them 55-0, and he wants to score on a
You know what that is to me though?
flex.
That's irrelevant news to me. Texas is irrelevant to me right now.
Exactly. I like that.
I don't like it. Anyways, continue on.
Okay, so the next topic is how do we think Oklahoma's going to do without their starting QB?
We talked about that. We talked about that earlier.
I mean, we kind of did, but
Who's going to come in for them? I don't know. But if he plays good, then yeah, bro, keep him at 7, keep him at 8.
I feel bad. I thought
John Mateer is great.
Mateer was
He's
gonna
great.
be
He
so
looked great.
good.
Yeah, he looked good. I don't know. I mean, I think that
I feel bad for them, but it also happened at a good time for them, in my opinion, because it's not late in the season to where their season's over. They can still kind of come back here because he's not out for the season. It's 3 to 4 weeks. He could come back.
if they hold for those 3 to 4 weeks, then yes. Yeah, I believe it.
Okay. And do you think he has any chance in the Heisman race after those 3 to 4
No.
weeks?
Nope.
You think he's just gone?
Even though he's fantastic, I like the guy. He can't win Heisman now.
As soon as the news came out, he dropped out of the race instantly. He was done. After
Looked
you
great.
get injured, having a great season, you're out for even 2 weeks. I think you're done from the Heisman.
Yeah,
So-
you can't get injured.
I do think, though, in those 3 to 4 weeks, he has 2 bye weeks. Does that help his case at all?
2 bye weeks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has 2 bye weeks right there.
Look that up, man. Look that up. I don't know. Even if he has 2 bye weeks, 2 weeks.
It's still 3 to 4 weeks on him being fully recovered. So
I don't know.
once he comes back in, that's also 3 to 4 weeks of other players going out there and throwing 300 plus yards a game.
Like Tommy Castellanos, who I have winning.
Exactly.
FSU Knowles Glaze right now?
Oh, of course, man.
I don't know.
Earl Little.
All right, so we think he's out of the Heisman race. The next question is Georgia Tech moves to 16. I
Yeah.
think they should be higher.
Whoa. Higher?
I
Yes.
think they're perfect right where they are.
I think they're good where they are.
Yeah.
I'm with Mike on this one.
I mean, they beat Clemson.
Haynes.
Clemson is
Clemson's-
not good.
Clemson's bad.
That's still a ranked team that they beat.
Clemson shouldn't be ranked. Cade Klubnik turned around and had a terrible season already. Like he was decent last year, but then he comes into this year and it's terrible. The whole team is falling apart.
Clemson's not good, so I don't know. I mean,
It's still
I
an
think-
in-conference win, so you got to give them credit on that.
I think Georgia Tech should be ranked where they are right now.
Yeah,
and
I
we'll
like-
see what happens.
I have them on a come up,
I liked them at 16.
and I believe that they're playing Miami right before the conference championship. So kind of hope that they beat them there because they're known for it. And then Clemson, we just brought them up. That was my next question. Falls out of the rankings. I think it's completely deserved, and they're having a terrible season, and there's no comeback.
I think it's 2024 Knowles all over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're good right
Now,
where
do you
they
think
are.
that they're going to have that comeback next
No.
season?
Nope. Oh, well, come back next season.
Yeah. Because Dabo doesn't use an IL. Oh, wait, no, not NIL, transfer portal.
I think they'll be okay.
Okay.
I think they'll be okay.
And then talking about NIL, what's your guys' opinions on it?
Wow. Off script here.
Yep, a little off script.
A little off script here. I like it though. Let's see. Let me talk for a little. NIL. Oof. NIL. Okay. NIL is good. When you look at how NIL is and what it's for, it's a good idea. I like the idea a lot. Now, the transfer portal is where I kind of get tripped up. There has to be more set rules for where their transfer portal is. What were you saying?
I said completely agree with that.
The transfer portal, you can't transfer teams every 2 years and just pray that a team's going to stick with you. Because look at a guy like Tim Tebow. He didn't go to the transfer portal. He had to make his name known in Florida. He won him millions of dollars. Didn't even touch a single lick of that. That's why I like NIL. But I think NIL is good. It's a transfer portal for me. Mike, what do you think?
I personally am 50-50 on NIL money just because when you weren't paid, players went out there to play for their school. Now Carson Beck, that's a great example.
You're playing for your brand now.
Yeah, exactly. And Carson Beck's a perfect example. He could have won a third Heisman at Georgia, or he could have gone to the draft. But he wants to make $5 more million in college at Miami because of the NIL money. And that's where I'm 50-50. Like, if you're making a bag and you're still going out there with all your heart, obviously he's going out there. But I think $5 million is way too much, especially on a college mind.
And bringing up Bryce Underwood, $13.5 million, I think. I mean,
he's not good enough worth that money.
Nobody is in college. I mean, like, come on, man. $13 million. That's enough to live off of for the rest of your life. Like, you don't even need to go to the NFL.
And I also agree on the transfer portal part. It kind of cancels out the concept
of team spirit.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, teams now that have used the transfer portal wouldn't be where they are, including FSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got players from the transfer portal this year. Squirrel White and a bunch of other people, Deuce Robinson. These are players that have been transferred to Florida State, and they've contributed to the success of this overall team. Byron, next up.
And I think you're missing one big player there, Tommy Castellanos.
Tommy, my fault, man. Tommy.
Yep, Heisman contender there. And the main reason I brought up NIL is we brought up Oregon. I mean, they have the owner of Nike just feeding the money. And then in recent news, I believe it was Kansas, $600 million given to their school from just a guy who went there and owns a hedge fund. I mean, that just revitalizes the whole team. And
let me say something real quick. Money in college football is going to ruin the sport.
Exactly.
Yep.
100%.
Next up. What's next up here? What's the next topic?
The Heisman Watch, I believe.
Okay. Mike, you want to start off, bro?
To be honest, I didn't really look forward into the Heisman area, like after John Mateer?
John Mateer.
Mateer. Yeah. After he got injured, I kind of stopped looking into it, but I like a few players. Like you said, Underwood on Michigan, I like him as a freshman. I think he's really good, and playing like that as a freshman is honestly a crazy talent and skill.
He's good.
So,
but Heisman,
there's not a lot.
I believe it.
There's not a lot of players this year that have really stood out to me.
Exactly.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, for me, I felt like it was kind of Carson Beck, Tommy Castellanos, and John Mateer, and then maybe Oregon. But to me, Oregon's QB has such a good surrounding to where can you really put him in the Heisman because his team is that good to the point he doesn't even have to carry it.
I would definitely agree with Carson Beck, too, just being up there in that race. What does he have, 800 yards? 800-plus yards?
So can we all agree here? Carson Beck, Dante Moore, Tommy Castellanos.
I can.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Carson Beck, Dante Moore, Tommy Castellanos right now. John Mateer's injured, so yeah. That checks out for me.
And Tommy's coming into a brand new team, and he came in there with confidence, and he's putting out that skill.
Calling out
crazy.
Bama.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think.
And
really
that's
good from Boston College.
That's what I feel like you need in a college football team nowadays with the low team spirit. You need someone to build that back up. I mean, they just came out from a 2-10 season, and their QB can just.
He's got a lot of
him up.
grit.
Well, even before the season, I saw a few clips that I'm pretty sure it was before all the drafts and stuff, and Cam Ward was there, and Shador.
Yes,
and all
I saw that.
Yeah, and Tommy was like, "I'm from Florida State. I'm going to Florida State." So he backs them. He really does, and he fits. It's just like I don't know. It's just perfect for him.
National championship game predictions. Final two teams. What do we think here, Mike? You can start off.
Oh, I don't know anyone else. I would pick Georgia just because they have that.
We forgot
streak.
We forgot Gunnar Stockton. Do we think Gunnar Stockton's really good?
No,
I
think he is.
Ooh.
Complete downgrade from Carson Beck.
He did have a lot of TDs, but I definitely think he's like Carson Beck. Gunnar Stockton is good, but like I said earlier, there needs to be more development. And Byron said that earlier, that every team kind of needs a more developmental QB.
Everyone nowadays just knows that they can go pick up a different QB whenever they need it. So to them, what's the point of developing whenever you have millions of dollars you can just throw around to people? And that's where I feel NIL messed up everything.
I don't know the last time I've seen a quarterback really develop under somebody. Through and through.
That's true.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I get Trevor Lawrence.
But then you could look at Kirby Smart or Carson Beck under Kirby Smart. He kind of developed him, but Carson Beck was already a dog kind of. So like then you
Jordan Travis was developed. Even though he did transfer. He was developed. You can say that. Dude, he was splitting reps.
Well,
there's
no team develops their own QB. The QB gets developed from a different team and transfers.
I feel like Trevor Lawrence was the last big one that I knew.
And then there's also a difference in levels. Like you get trained in college. You could be a great college QB, but you can't go into the NFL and just start balling. Like and you can't be like Jaden Daniels' first season and go to the to the divisional round. Like,
yeah.
So, Caden, who do you have winning the national championship?
Oh man, I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna throw Oregon in there.
Okay,
that's a good pick. I mess with that.
I'm gonna go Oregon, Miami right now.
Ooh.
I was going to say FSU, but
I want to see how that changes in the next 2 weeks.
I want to see that too. I think 1 second. Let me speak here. I think whoever wins the Miami Florida State game is going to speak a lot of volume into what college football is going to look like.
You could also say the same for that Oregon Penn State game. I feel like that's going to be like a definitive. Okay, this team is definitely going to make it.
Yeah, you can for sure. For sure. What about you, Byron? So, who do you think?
I mean,
I think Oregon's got to be in there.
I agree with that.
Now that you say Oregon is a big contender already.
I mean, their offense is just insane.
Unstoppable.
So, you know me. I got to go with FSU. And then I could see it being either
Go Noles, chat.
Penn State, Oregon, or Ohio State, probably.
Pick two. Pick two, man. Pick two.
Okay, FSU, Oregon, probably.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different.
Are we gonna get 3 straight Oregon picks here, Mike?
You know what? I'm gonna change it up. I'm going Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Very valid.
I'm going to Ohio State.
Ohio State and who?
Right now, it could be anyone. So it's like, it really is 50-50. I don't know.
A lot of undefeated teams left.
Exactly. And that's what, just like Byron said, we got to wait, see in the next few weeks, see what happens, see if our minds change. But like you said, I'll be between Oregon and Ohio State.
All right.
And then, honestly, it could be a Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame?
Buddy, where'd that one get thrown out from?
What? No, like just a matchup. A good matchup.
I don't see it.
Notre Dame is like 1-2 right now.
Not as a Heisman, not as a championship, but as you don't see that as a good matchup.
I mean, I could
for the
see
future?
it. Yeah, I could see it.
That's what I'm saying. That would
Notre Dame's got to start winning though.
But exactly, but then that would determine the future, and like we've all said,
They lose another game.
We have
they
to wait and see.
They lose another game. They could be out of the competition.
I guess, but then you're still playing. Just like if they still go up and they're 0-2, that doesn't change their demeanor. They still want to go out there and win.
Yeah,
if anything, that makes them want to go out there and win more.
I could see it. Okay.
I don't know. You're right. You can't decide right now who's going to make it to the national championship. But the final topic of the day, NFL matchup takes an analysis with Caden, Byron, and Mike. Let's see. Eagles versus Bucks. Oh man, that's a heater. Actually, sorry. Thursday Night Football, Seahawks Cardinals. That's a good game there. I'm gonna take the Cardinals for that one.
Really?
I like the Cardinals. I like their team. I think that if Marvin Harrison, their defense is not looking great right now.
Even with James Conner out and Marvin Harrison kind of rough.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I would definitely take the Seahawks.
I'm on Seahawks.
Wow.
Right here.
They've been dominating.
1v2 here.
Sam Darnold
with Cooper Kupp and
Will Johnson. Will Johnson is definitely locking up. Will Johnson's definitely locking up JSN for sure. Jackson Smith, he is.
Got Cooper Kupp there.
That is. I didn't even realize that.
You got Kenneth Walker running that ball.
I don't know. I got the Cardinals in that one. Eagles versus Bucks. Who do you got?
Biased
Look,
wise, Bucks.
Here. I'll tell you this: the Bucks have owned the Eagles for the past 3-4 years, statistically.
The only reason I would say Eagles would be the first half of the game for the Bucks defense, just because they do start off slow like that, and sometimes their offense may start off slow, but they usually always get hot.
With injury, I'm taking the Bucks. Even with injury. I think that Emeka Egbuka is really good. Baker's going to keep him in the game, and Bucky Irving might have a day too. So I'm taking the Bucks on this one. What do you think, Byron?
I got to go with the Eagles here. Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown. You got to really.
AJ Brown doesn't look too hot, man.
I know, but I can see a comeback coming. Everyone can start rough for a second there, kind of like with Derrick Henry.
You're right. Jaguars Niners. This is a weird game. I'm gonna take. No, I'm gonna take the. Man. Wow. Give me the Jags. Give me the Jags.
Ooh, I was gonna say the same thing.
Give me the Jags.
Jaguar.
I think the Jaguars defense has the most takeaways in the league right now. If you guys didn't know that.
I will say I do like the Jags. I like that they're kind of giving Travis Etienne another chance after last season, just him getting thrown away.
He's playing good right now.
Yeah, he is playing pretty good.
BTJ though, man.
Give me the Niners.
Wow.
Also, Nick Bosa is out for the rest of the season.
He is. Indeed, he is.
But CMC
is most likely going to be out for the rest of the season in the future.
Okay. I don't know, man. I think right now he's ranked as the number 3 running back. So
that edge rush is crazy, though.
I'm still on the Niners, bro. I'm a CMC
lover. Who are you taking, Mike?
I'm definitely taking the Jags over the Niners. Just Nick Bosa is a big
loss.
Big impact.
It's a big loss.
That is a big loss on the Niners. And like you said, I like the Jags in this.
I do.
Their running game is playing up to par. So far, at least.
Yeah.
Their throws, but like you said, BTJ does need to.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't turn over the ball. The Jags win this game.
I can understand that.
Yeah. I like that.
Vikings versus Steelers. I'm gonna take the Vikings on this one. I think Carson Wentz looks good. I think they'll ride the hot hand for the game. The Vikings defense is also very dominant right now. They were last year. They are this year. So. I'll take the Vikings over the Steelers on this one. I don't think Aaron Rodgers can quite put it together. He's older. DK Metcalf is, he's solid. But, yeah, give me the Vikings on this one. I think Carson Wentz is pretty solid for them right now.
I gotta stick with you right there. Definitely, especially with Jordan Mason having a couple days here. He's doing good. And if they can start getting Justin Jefferson that ball, they could be deadly.
I'm going to have to completely agree. One, because the
Full out Vikings here.
Yeah, the Vikings have been dominant. Their defense, and like you said, Carson Wentz going in there. But I'm a Browns fan. I would never take the Steelers.
Okay. Chargers, Giants. I'm taking the Chargers by a landslide.
Completely agree. I don't even think that deserves the conversation.
There's not even much to say about that game. Byron, you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
We'll just move on. Titans versus Texans. Wow. This is a trap game here.
I believe it's going to be 0-0 all game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Give me the Titans on this one. You know what? Screw it.
Going with the Miami QB.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take from the fifth quarter, man.
I'm going with Texans.
Oh, you're going with the Texans. What do you think, Mike?
I'm just saying you were going with the Miami QB.
I think I will.
I'm so split.
Offensively, they're better than them.
They are. That's why I'm so split down.
I'm going with Texans because I want Nico Collins to start going back to that top wide receiver.
What do you think, Mike?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the Titans, just because their offense is looking way smoother. They are running it way better. C.J. Stroud is struggling a little bit more. Their defense is struggling a little bit more. So I just feel Titans take it over with the W.
Yeah. Commanders, Falcons. This was a game last year that was very interesting, but we don't know. I'm not sure if Jane Daniels will play this game.
He's questionable right
now. I think he'll play, and I'll take the Commanders on this one.
I wasn't a fan of Marcus Mariota, so I think I got to go with the Falcons, even though Commanders are very good with Jane Daniels. Deebo Samuel's been playing amazing, and yeah, I got to go with Bijan and his team, man.
What about Mike?
I heard that Jaden Daniels is back in practice, just light and limited, but I will take the Commanders. Marcus Mariota looked like he was back at Oregon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan of him.
I like Marcus Mariota. Jaden Daniels will come back. Maybe the Falcons just had one single bad game and they do change it around, but I don't know.
Yeah,
the Falcons don't look too
promising. Look at that defense too. That defense is decent.
Yeah.
Saints versus Bills. I'm taking the Bills here.
Without a doubt,
That's
Bills.
no conversation needed.
Yeah, that's no conversation needed
James
either.
Cook is just gonna.
Browns, Lions. I think the Browns will stay in this game. I'll take the Lions. Mike's probably going to take the Browns.
No, I'm taking the Lions.
Lions?
I would hope the Browns stay in this
Really?
game, but
Not even for the team.
I would say, I'll tell you this right now. I was hating so hard on the Browns until I started watching them play good, and I think I have to stick with that just so they play good. But I got to pick like Hayden said, I picked the Lions, but I hope the Browns stay close.
Byron?
Oh, is it even a question? Lions.
Wow, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Don't get me wrong. The Browns look good, but that running. The biggest thing for the Browns is if they can hold down the running and hold down the passing to Monroe.
Yeah.
And having both of them, I don't know if they can.
I feel that.
Gibbs and Montgomery is very strong.
We are also missing a few defensive players that are key players on our team, but that defense is still locks, and who knows? Like Byron said, that backfield is freaking deadly. Oh
yeah,
my.
it is. Yeah. Panthers, Patriots. I'm taking the Panthers here.
I'll take the Panthers.
There's a conversation to be had here because Bryce Young, you could see it. He's starting to put it together. This rushing attack is starting to come together as well. Ted McMillan, I think he's going to play come Sunday. But Bryce Young is starting to put it together. As I said before, he just had to wake up a little bit. So I'm going to take the Panthers on this one.
I think I got to go Panthers too.
Yeah.
Have the Patriots won a game yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, they did. They did against the Dolphins. They beat the Dolphins. Drake May played really good that game, but I'll stick to the Panthers 10 times over. Colts, Rams. Ooh, it's a hot game. That's a good game. Colts, Rams.
I'm going with the Colts here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick the Colts.
Jonathan
too.
Taylor and Daniel
Dimes.
Jones, yeah.
Danny Dimes out here balling out after getting out of the Giants franchise.
They're just way too hot right now to not take.
I love the Colts. I think their roster is awesome right now. I think
Good.
Tyler Warren's right now. So
Good wide receivers, good
yeah,
tight end.
they got everything good. I think their defense is good, but there's just something that
You can never
is
leave out
better.
the Rams.
And I'm taking the Rams on this one.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
like
that's
that.
not insane.
It's not crazy to say that. I like the Colts. Yeah, I do. But the Rams just do everything better.
Rams do have a very FSU-filled defense.
Roster
so
for roster, they're better.
they could hold down Jonathan Taylor with Jared Verse, Brandon Fisk. I could definitely see it. They have a very good D-line.
Ravens Chiefs.
Mm.
Give me Ravens.
Really?
Chiefs can't put it together, man. They can't.
I don't think either team can put it together right now.
I
Ravens
hate to
defense.
say it, but I'm picking the Ravens. Another
The Ravens
AFC
are winning.
North team.
I don't think there should be a discussion here. The Chiefs, they cannot put it together offensively. Defensively, they don't look as good now. I'm taking the Ravens on this one. I think they'll figure it out, and they're literally 2 Derrick Henry fumbles away from being undefeated, in my opinion. So
I think I'm going to take the Chiefs. Just because of the fact that I'm not liking the Ravens defense, and, I mean, I feel like the Chiefs could at least get past the Ravens defense right now and get a couple of touchdowns in.
oof.
Whereas the Ravens are just not looking very good to me. They have a very good offense, but
That's one of those matchups where it's like worst offense and worst defense play.
Yeah.
It's just it's not good. Not a good situation. Bears versus Raiders. Wow. Give me the Bears.
I
The Raiders
honestly-
can't put it together.
I like the Raiders, like the way they're playing. I don't like the Raiders as themselves, but the way they're playing is pretty good. And I'd say it's a little 50-50, but the Bears just came out strong, so I'm going to have to choose the Bears.
I mean, I feel like the Raiders, I mean, though they lost, they showed that they do have some good wide receivers. Trey Tucker with 3 touchdowns and I think 150 yards. If they start slinging him the ball and Jacoby Myers starts getting open through that, they could be very good.
The Raiders defense is not very very good though. I think it'll be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Williams is going to come out and just play like a dog again.
Yeah, he's starting to put it together.
I hope he starts playing good again. I mean, well, not again, but keeps on playing as good as he is. Because it'd be good to see them start producing.
What were you gonna say?
I think I'm going to take the Bears, even though the Raiders are starting to look good. Ashton Genty, to me, hasn't been doing as well as I thought he was going to do.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Let's look at that offensive line though.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is 100% true.
There are
like
other
that.
factors into it.
Yeah. Sunday Night Football, Packers versus Cowboys. That's a good game there.
Oh, I feel like that's another no conversation.
Really?
Michael Parsons is going to come in there and
There's
get
a
5
conversation.
sacks.
There's a
CeeDee Lamb is out right
That's true.
I think there's
So
a conversation to be had.
now. What can the Cowboys do besides try and run the ball? But the Packers'
They have George
defense.
Pickens.
They're
They don't
deep.
have no one.
I
The
mean,
Cowboys-
yeah, but do you really think he can become the
No,
star?
he's
Yeah.
not taking over what CD does.
That's what I'm saying. What is there to do?
The Cowboys defense is solid.
Also, I think the Packers are coming out after that loss to the Browns. They're coming out with
Swinging?
they're coming out with a little aggressive
Yeah,
action.
You know what? Give me the Packers. They're a good team through and through. So
I'm going with Packers all day.
Yeah.
Packers. All right.
Yep.
Monday night doubleheader. Jets Dolphins. Bottom of the barrel game here. Well, who we want to take? I'll take the I'll take the Dolphins here.
I'd
going
honestly
with-
take the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jets here, man.
The Jets.
Garrett Wilson,
Their
I
defense
feel like he can
is
start
pretty
doing
good.
something.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
When does Justin Fields come back? Does anyone know that?
He's on concussion protocol, so he's not going to be out in this game.
Okay.
So I'm taking the Dolphins.
But then-
They'll put it together.
No, it's so 50-50 because then they just scored that on the Bucks. But then you look at the Bucks defense and they weren't playing their best in the later game. Then it turned out to the game-winning drive by Baker again. Or game-winning field goal, I guess.
Give me the Dolphins.
Both of these teams kind of played good against very good teams, so it is a hard choice, but I'm going with the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Jets.
Wow. And then the last game, Bengals versus Broncos. Give me the Broncos. No discussion had here.
Broncos.
Yep, I'm going with Broncos there.
No discussion had here.
Until the Bengals start doing something, man, they're just not looking good.
Yeah, there's just no promise in that offense or
Yep.
defense for that matter.
Yep. Well, that's going to sum it up for the fifth quarter podcast. I'm your host, Kane Aguiar, once again. And my co-hosts here, Byron and Mike, say bye to the podcast episode here.
Have a good one, everyone.
We'll see you later.
And that's it. Fifth quarter's out, guys.